All right, Brian, this is a tour of Bethesda's Kidz Town is what we're calling it. We're trying to just get some colors and things, so I'm going to take you on a little bit of a tour, or anyone else that sees us on YouTube, of what we've already done. This is kind of phase one of Bethesda Community Church's hallways. And as you can see here, we are looking at, as we're going down the kids side of the hallways, where we have our wall here, which is our blue wall. And our blue wall is about 35 feet. And of course, we've got those emergency lights up top. And we'll start on this side of the wall, where this is our purple, which has a door with no window in it. We were looking at our hardware shop going in here, and possibly Mr. Fix-It. And this goes all the way up to 10.5 feet. But for Mr. Fix-It's hardware shop, that's kind of the word we're looking at. But going in there and then coming down to our yellow here, yellow wall, looking at possibly a candy store, where we have a good 14-foot wall here that comes all the way down. And for our candy store, this light makes it look green a little bit, but looking at the yellow here, when this is our first door that has a window in it, but coming down up to our 10.5-foot wall, and then down to our green, where we are looking at a pet store of some type, looking at turning that into a pet store. And then coming all the way down here to our orange, which I call it laughing orange according to Sherwin-Williams, but it's an awesome looking orange. And looking at that maybe to be a toy store or something of that nature. It brings us down to kind of a corner here, and then where we just started painting down this side of the hallway here, which is blue. This is kind of a light blue. They call it undercool, and we got another coat of paint to go on undercool. But this is our nursery toddler wall, and we are just trying to figure out what we could do, if it's an ice cream shop or anything like that. Of course, we've got this big deal that's up top here, kind of an air duct that's built into the wall. And then we have our green here. They call it laudable line, which means praiseworthy. But green, these are two closets, and I really hadn't designed anything or thought about what we could do for this yet. For this, and this is kind of the kids' hall. Of course, you kind of see we start going down here, and we get into our bathrooms, and we're looking for like a yellow. And the yellow I'm looking at is called a chickadee, and it's kind of a lighter yellow to go along with our light blue and our green here, which I love the green, the orange, and the blue. That all looks great. But we're looking at doing a yellow down this hall all the way to the corner there, and then coming on this wall here and doing maybe a lavender look to go along with the yellow. And this is another closet going up the stairs. And then we're going to put on the center block wall, we're going to be putting a logo for Kidz Town in our youth ministry. And so we've got, of course, our blue, our green, our orange, and then this is something we just completed, which is our youth hallway in its first phase, where it's called a ragging technique, and we used foggy day and misty colors together and gave us this rag look for the whole hallway. Kind of gives us this unique look, and I'm really pleased the way that came out. But so as you can see, our nursery here, and this is our preschool room. And then we have the other side of our hallway. Of course, this is our whole hall. Here is, of course, the red. We're looking at red to go for our firehouse. And we've got a good sized wall here. I think that's about a 16-foot wall for a firehouse. And kids get into that. And then down here is our blue, of course, which is a 35-foot wall. And it has another emergency light there. And then right over the door for the firehouse, there's an emergency light also. And so as you can see here, that's kind of the deal for our Kidz Town area. So this is where we're trying to do a proposal for you, Brian, and anybody else that wants to see where our walls are right now. But this is kind of what's happening with Bethesda and how we're trying to get it up and going and get our kids really excited about what God has for us. So Brian, I appreciate you taking the time to look at this. And I'm going to try to send you also some photos too that I put together. Appreciate it. Thanks, y'all. And hopefully we'll have another installment of Kidz Town and what God has in store, maybe some finished products and things. So thank you. This is Pastor Chris.